Hey guys, I just want to real quick review some geometry, your 2D and 3D shapes. 2D and 3D shapes, we have circle, triangle. A circle has 0 sides, 0 angles. It is completely rounded, but it is 2D, so it's a circle. 2D meaning flat. Triangle has 3 sides, 3 angles. Remember, the sides are the straight lines that make up the figure, and then the angles are where they meet. Okay, and then we have this group of shapes called quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are shapes that have 4 sides. So square, rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram, and trapezoid. Some important things to remember. A square has all equal sides, and all 4 angles are what we call right angles. They make the perfect little corner here. Remember, we talked about angles. If they're obtuse, they're larger than that perfect square. If they're acute, remember, acute little angle, they're smaller. Okay, so these are 4 right angles. Rectangle, the sides do not have to be even, but they have to be parallel and has to be 4 right angles. So these two have to be even, and these two have to be even, and they have to be parallel, which means they run forever and will never touch. Then we have a rhombus. A rhombus just has 4 sides, 4 angles. There's not a whole lot of rules on a rhombus, but a parallelogram, the 4 sides, it has to be 2 sets of parallel sides. So a rectangle is also a parallelogram, but whereas a rectangle has to have right angles, a parallelogram does not. It can be like this, where it does not have right angles. The next is a trapezoid. A trapezoid just has 4 sides, 4 angles, and I always think of it because they kind of come in like this. I think it kind of looks like a little trap to me, so that's how I can remember trapezoid. And then we have pentagon, which is 5 sides, 5 angles, and hexagon, 6 sides, 6 angles. Then we have 3D shapes. We have a cone here. Think about like a birthday hat. Face is the flat surfaces. Edge is where the faces meet, and the vertex is the corners. So a cone has 1 face, 1 flat down at the bottom, 1 vertice where the flat meets that top part, and then 0 edges. Then we have a sphere, all zeros, kind of like a circle. It's the circle version of shapes, only it's 3D. Think about like a basketball. And then we have a rectangular prism. I have no idea what that picture is up there. I always think of a tissue box. Rectangle prism has 6 faces. And this information over here isn't as important in 2nd grade as it will be in later grades. Right now, I just want you to be able to look at this and say, that's a rectangular prism. This is a cube. A cube has 6. And I'm actually going to get rid of this for a second. Or probably permanently. It has 6 sides, 8 vertices, 12 edges. Okay. Your vertices, again, are your corners. Your edges are where those faces meet. So if you would go around and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you would get 12. Here we have a cylinder. Think about a pop can. It has 2 faces. The cone has a circle face bottom, but not the top. The cylinder does. Lillian had a hard time telling these apart when she was working on her 3D shapes for school. But the cylinder has 2 flat surfaces, so 2 faces, 0 vertices, 0 edges. Yeah, and then your pyramid. And I just realized, guys, actually, let me stop. I misspoke up here. You have 1 face, and your vertice is not down here. Your vertice is your corner. That's where it comes to the point at the top. I apologize. There is no edges because this is not a face. There's not, and there'd have to be 2 faces for there to be 1 edge. So that's my fault. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry to confuse you. Back down here, we have our pyramid. Think about like the pyramids in Egypt. 5 faces, 5 vertices, those points, and 8 edges where your faces come together. So hopefully that helps. You've got a little bit of practice and then a quiz to take.